because your punishment has been delayed. Just as sure as we all commit sin, we all gonna be held accountable for the sin that we commit. Oh, think not, bold man, because our punishment is delayed, that the arm of Allah has weakened. Neither flatter thyself that he wink at thy doings. His eye pierced the secrets of every heart, and he remembers them forever. He respect not the persons. Care nothing about you being the grand sheik, the lieutenant, a member. He don't respect none of that. You get out of law, he gonna hold you accountable. He respect not the persons nor the stations of men, the high, the low, the rich, the poor, the wise, nor the ignorant. When the soul has shaken off the common shackles of this mortal life, many of us getting away with crimes right now, we have yet to be held accountable. That's right. That's true. Oh, you think you bold, you smooth. But I like that something. When he grabs you by your sinful follow and calls you to account for your action, can you stand there on the teachings of Prophet Noble Jurali? These teachers will save you not only in this life, but the life to come. What the Quran say, learn to be honest, and I will be wiser. You first got to be learned. You first got to be honest with yourself. I'm a sinner, and I need help. Some of us got a polished coat on and think that we're not seen. Those who have unbroken blades stand out. Because sometimes we like to give in to the destruction of each other. We like to see each other doing bad, feeling bad. That's not Islam. Islam is about uplifting fallen humanity. So you see the thoughts before they manifest. You say, I smell that odor. That odor is the odor of disharmony. Disharmony and evil is the same thing. You can see it. You can see the thoughts. And you can smell the perfumes. Because they emit harmony, justice, mercy, love, and thanks. Man is a spirit from the everlasting of the past until the never-ending days to come. You won't die, and I'm gonna die. As sure as you was born, you gonna die. When your time coming, only Allah knows. But the Quran said, be prepared to always give an account of what I ask you. Try to get right with Allah right now while you can. While the door of repentance is still open, ask Allah for forgiveness. And he's a merciful God. So the Quran says this, what I have done, all me, remember you can see the thoughts and you can feel the vibration. And you don't have to be a mastermind to do that. All you got to do is be a follower of Prophet Noble Jurali. And you know where the moors are along the road. Because we studying the same science, the same teachings. So the Quran said, some time ago we read this promise, now fulfilled upon the dial planet. And then we saw this man who has just demonstrated unto us the power of man to raise from carnal flesh. Come out your flesh. Come out your passions. You ain't going nowhere fast. You ain't gonna create no disharmony in the house of peace. Because in the house of of peace, there is no sinful word or sinful discourse heard. So we got to bring our will in tune and act like we got some sense. But the prophets say in order to be just, you must hear without your cast. We ain't always have things the way we. That's what Islam doing. It's raising men in the Moorish side of America. Men who think that their conditions can be better. So the Quran says. And then we saw this man who has just demonstrated unto us the power of man to raise from carnal flesh and blood to flesh of Allah. You don't know what Allah looks like. No finite mind can comprehend things infinite. But the Quran just said he had flesh. And the brother just pointed out that Allah got a mind, he got eyes, he got a heart, he got a finger. The Quran says that. In the depth of his mind, he made in his image and after his likeness. So he gave you a mind. In the depth of his mind, he revolved all knowledge. The secrets of eternity lie open before him. With his finger. I didn't say that, that's what the Quran says. With his finger, he direct the courses of the storm. By the words of his mouth. Ain't you speaking? According to thy glorious prerogative. Wherefore did he give you life that you may improve society, improve humanity. That's how you uplift our humanity. You speak the words of the Holy Prophet, noble dwelling. So it says, you don't recognize me. It says, you know when you get angry, what you do, you emit poison in your body. And you wonder why you suffer from anxiety. You wonder why your heart ain't popping. You wonder why your liver ain't working. Your kid. You wonder why you can't stay focused. Because you are giving into the force. And what does the Lord shall breathe? And everything that harms. So we want to stay in our higher self at all times. Because in our higher self, we protected from the wrath of Allah and the wrath of evil. It says, and after many years, he came and sat with us in these sacred groves. He told the story of his human life. Jesus had a human life. He had to eat. He had to drink. He had discord among his disciples. People sought to kill him, and they crucified an innocent man as a criminal. These are some of the woes that you go through, but you're the one signed up and said you will follow Jesus. And Jesus said, any man that would be my disciple, he must pick up his disciple, his cross. The cross symbolized suffering. And some of us ain't perfecting ourselves because we got all the desires that the carnal heart can desire. We ain't doing no suffering. We living our best lives. Jesus said, the Lord said, behold, look at the honor, look at the fame, look at the glory. All these will be yours if you what? Give your life. And when you make a deal with the devil, that's exactly what you do. You giving your life to it. So the Quran said, he told the story of his human life, a trial, sore temptation, buffeting, and woe. He pressed along the thorny way of life till he had risen and overthrown the strongest foes of all our man. And now he is the only messenger, he is the only master of the human race. Listen, he is the only master of the human race whose flesh has been transmuted into flesh divine. Flesh divine. Anything divine is everlasting. Brother Morton.
This is a great topic. I was just thinking about the program where it said we'll solve problems first. Well, the third. Make distinction on high thoughts will have high action. Those thoughts flow action. And always just be personal. Go to the plain stone that we're going to be wrestling with thoughts. I don't think that it's going to be so much the physical part we wrestle with the love. It's just going to be thoughts that we're going to be wrestling with. That's just us. You know? And sometimes we do it because when we raise our thoughts, we can see infinite wisdom. When we have those low thoughts, we have headaches and all types of stuff. So, hey, and the teacher is going to be our pain medicine. That's right. But we're only going to use that on the soul plane. So if I can't teach you here, I'm going to teach on the soul plane. So, and it's going to be with the thoughts that we're going to be wrestling with. So that's how I see it. Peace.
Let's be clear about it. His physical heart is going to lay down in the casket when you lay down. And when you go on the soul plane, that heart of soul is already in you. It's already in you. In the realms of souls unmanifest, the Lord went and taught. He opened up the prisoner doors and set the prisoners free. He broke the chain of captive souls and led the captives to the light. He sat in council. He sat in council with the patriarchs and prophets of old time. So when you on the soul plane, you look just the way you look when you on earth. And that's why we believe in life, death, and reincarnation. To whom was Jesus first reincarnated? We practicing Islam in here. To whom was Jesus first reincarnated? The same spirit came back. You have had peace for a long time until Prophet Muhammad came upon the scene and fulfilled the works of Jesus. You spirit man. The only limitation you put on yourself is the one you put on yourself. Islam, brother, I got you.
It's love, love.
And my mind been going, I don't know how to sometimes I go somewhere else. But what I wanted to share was that I agree with everything you said, that we can't get an impression from someone that is lower state. But when I'm speaking in thirsty, we also have opportunities that women should know that in the psychological approach, I can tell you how bad you can be, and I can tell you how great you are. And what I was trying to say, even though you may be able to get these signs from our brothers and sisters, we can still look at that face and see the lot. And we can still see the other side of the coin. And that's like I'm supposed to understand. I was just really sitting there trying to think of the other positive. And surely those that are suffering are in the right place. And there's anything we can do, and we should be looking to see your Father. We are taught to look for the best.
That's right.
You know, give the best to us. So at the same time, we notice it. Sometimes we may just need to express because they are in us also.
Yeah.
You know, and if I can spend more time working on me, I can spend more time getting with you.
Right.
So if I can give you, make you forgive me.
Peace. Praise Allah. Very good. Very good. Islam, right there. Let's get through here first. Okay. Islam.
I was going back to, but I'm going to talk to you. I want to just hit three things. You can take a look at my take a look at, you know, like I love many things in the church because that's why I come. But I want to the point. But you stay in the page, you went back to the corner. Okay, that's what I was the corner. But when you look the word heart, see, that's what we got to watch. The word heart means more than just this. It means core, center of your very being. Some people say heart. Bottom line is this corner. As I came in the Moorish science of America, I was being big. So I had to look at the prayer, I had to look at the heart, and how they was teaching us because they bringing us up to an understanding. As somebody said, you are you're gonna raise up as you continually study to see if you took this heart out of me. And that man needed a heart. We got the doctors today to take my heart and sanction it and put it in. What happens to me? What happens to me is this. The Quran teaches us this. Man is made in the image. What is the image? And the likeness of Allah. What is image and likeness? The soul remaining perfect even in the bosom of a fool. That means you can't do nothing to the soul down here. It's still gonna be perfect. You got a place to go. You got some lessons to learn. That's go back. The Quran teaches us know thyself. What do it say? We can ignorant as thou art, old man. Humble as thou must be, O child of the dust. And I pray thou comes with wisdom. But then that child tells you something that you told don't be alone until like I speak. I ain't heard it. What is wisdom? It's another name for Allah. What is wisdom? The Quran. It is the consciousness that man is old, that Allah man is womb. Back to chapter on myself. It says this. It is not in flesh to think. It is not in bones to reach. The line is not the line to the end. The opposite is not that he is there. They just know they ain't. They don't know what's going on. It ain't on us. It comes in the flesh. See, we talk about the heart. This the heart. This thing got a job to do. What is doing? Pumping blood throughout your body. It's like up here to the back here, back down. That's his purpose. Now, your inner heart, we're inner. We're going deeper than this now. We're going to keep something deeper, coming out of the core or something. So that's two different things. For me, that's just
Praise God. Praise God. I thought you was going to refer to the Quran.
I
Three
did.
things you want to
Yeah. Conscious. I ain't heard that.
Okay.
Allah conscious. No conscious.
Okay.
You see,
What's the
Allah
other?
soul is your soul.
Allah's soul. Okay.
Ain't it? If we made it there without this likeness, what is the soul and the spirit? Is that not correct? That means my soul is a part of Allah. Spirit is a part of Allah.
Praise Allah.
Breath is Allah's.
Praise Allah. Praise the soul of man. Yes, praise
Plain
Allah.
talk.
I want to give honor. It's okay to disagree. No, because I think about it, we don't sugarcoat nothing. It's okay to disagree, and we're gonna move on for the sake of peace. No, you ain't doing nothing wrong. We agree with you. We all men up there. None of us have inferior complex or none of that. Shit, still sharp and still like men sharp. is. Yeah, so
I
praise
love
God.
it.
Who is Noah Drawley?
He was on
What is a prophet?
What is
What is the duty of a prophet?
the nation of
Who is the founder of the Moorish Temple of America? What year was the Moorish Temple of America founded?
1913 AD.
Where?
You are from
Where was Noah Drawley born?
in North Carolina in 1886.
What is his nationality?
Moorish American.
What is your nationality?
Moorish American.
Why are we Moorish American?
So you're a citizen of America.
For what purpose was the Moorish Temple of America?
Well, let's follow you, man.
How did the prophet begin to uplift the Moorish America?
I teach them to be themselves.
What is our religion?
Islam is
Is that a new or is that the old kind of religion?
old time.
What kind of flag is the Moorish?
Very glad to find one.
What do the 5 points represent?
Love you, you,
How old is our flag?
you, over 2,000 years old.
Which is our holy day?
Right.
Why?
Because five is transformed into
Who was Jesus?
He was a prophet.
Where was he born?
He was
Who were his father and mother?
Joseph and Mary.
Will you give in brief the line genealogy to which Jesus came?
Some great fathers, kings came on Abraham, Ruth, yes, King David, Joseph and Mary.
Why did Allah send Jesus to this earth?
To say the Israelites for 9 anniversary, because he makes a story who come for the
How long has that been?
well, 2,000 years ago.
What was the nationality of Ruth?
Ruth was Moabite.
What's the modern name for Moabite?
Moab,
Where's the Moroccan Empire?
Northwest Texas.
What is the modern name for Mexico? What is the title given to our ruler Morocco?
Solomon,
Where did we get the name Jesus?
from the east.
What does the name Jesus mean?
Jesus means yes.
Did the angel get to the child that was called Jesus the holy name?
Yes, God, you have those praise you.
What is an angel?
Angels all about manifest in human flesh.
What are angels used for?
They are message for the world, to all nations.
What is our prophet to us?
He is an angel about his prayers and everlasting gospel of life.
What is the everlasting God?
It is the same God, gospel of life, that came to come Christ.
What is the covenant of the great God Allah?
I'm not bound, I'm not bound, they may be all on earth, man, with the Lord, that God is.
At what age did Jesus begin to teach?
Check 8, 12.
Where did he teach?
In the after you,
How long did he teach?
18 years.
What did Jesus say that would make you free?
True.
What is truth?
True is all.
What is hope?
All is God.
Can truth change?
True cannot change all that's away.
What other name do you give
The truth. Holy breath.
What have you to say about hope?
All we can say is great, is good, it was, is, will be, amen.
At what place on earth was the physical part of man formed?
In God be,
Where's the Garden of Eden?
and the land came to the man.
What is the modern name for the Garden of Eden?
Man,
What is the name of the first physical man?
name cannot be used on God's earth. It was an ACL in Israel.
What are the words of the ACL MST?
A death chamber, the more signs of the Lord,
Who were Adam and Eve?
the blood spot, the human family, he had a heart.
Where did they go?
The one to age,
What is the modern name given to their children?
age,
Who is going to the holy city of Mecca today to keep the unbelievers away?
age,
What is the modern name for those angels?
age,
What is the shade of their skin?
olive.
Are the Moorish Americans any relations to those angels?
Yes, we all have the same father and mother.
Give 5 names that are given to the descendants of Adam and Eve. What is the devil sometimes called?
The Lord said,
How many cells are there? 9.
I accept the Lord said.
What people represent the higher self?
The angel protect the whole city of death.
What people represent the Lord's self?
Those who were cast out of the whole city, those who accept their teaching.
What is the higher self? Can the higher self pass away? No. Why? What does the lower self bring? What did the higher self say to the lower self at one time when you met him? Where are you going to say? What was the answer that the lower self gave to the higher self? I'm going to go first. Has he finished his task of divine? Yes. When was his time declared out? When he did Jesus on the cross. What are the last words Jesus uttered? It is finished. What did he have reference to? Did Jesus say that he would return to conquer him? Yes. What is the name of the person to whom Jesus was first reincarnated? Was Satan to be bound? Satan to be bound you are. When was the Satan? 14:15. Name some of the marks that were put upon the walls of Northwest by the Union in 1770. Negro. They give it to a river that's happening by more black water. What is it by the word? Black water means death. What does the word color? Color means what does Ethiopia means something bad? Can a man be a Negro, black, colored, or Ethiopian? No. Why? What title does Satan give himself? God. Will you define the word white? White means spirit. Spirit means God. God means good land. To whom do we refer to at times as being the great God? Allah. Is the devil made in the image and likeness of Allah? No. Who made the devil? Who is Elohim? What is Elohim sometimes called? The 7 eyes of Allah. How many days on the earth? 7 days. How many days are in creation? 7 days. According to science, how many days are in the year? 7 days. Praise Allah, praise Allah, praise Allah. Islam, Brother Madison Hill, do you have anybody on Zoom that have a question? Okay. Praise Allah. Islam, Brother Truth, and Brother Truth.
I want to for some people, they think my story. And I think in our questionnaire, why I didn't have because Islam did not start with possible because of what I was called Trump. It was called with the current questionnaire old time. But the rest put on going all the way back to Adam, who's the first prophet. So a lot of things that we may get caught up and twisted in, customs, you know, customs and rituals and all that, we have to be careful because we'll be following something that wasn't set up. It's sort of like, oh, man, I'm a studier. Somewhere in the kid about Muhammad, people had to pray 300 or 400 times a day. And the reason they did that, if you prayed 300 times a day here, you wouldn't have time to do nothing with you. That means they were in such a bad shape. They were so low down, scoundrels, and worse than they were appearing, they were put it on. Yeah, man, praying like that. So eventually, they cut it down to 5. Our people ain't in that shape. You know, we ain't ravishing our sisters, ravishing our kids, doing none of these type of activities. That's what they was doing. Burying babies, burying no respect for female, burying them in the sand alive. They had no use for it. They could fight. All kind of stuff that was going on during those times. And that's why Prophet Muhammad waged war on his own people. But the customs, the rituals, and all of that, they needed that to get back. You know, them down and they can cut down. But a lot of things they do, and it's more than some of America. I've been here for pretty long. And we stick with the prophet. That's what we do. So I'm just saying, a lot of people say we are starting with Prophet Muhammad and died. We've been over there in Mecca. Who was over there? Our people left after we went there. We had that land. That land was taken from us. We didn't have it, so that it was taken. Now who? Our Arab brothers enslaved us. We was enslaved by them. Those that back to Africa, run back up the hills and worship. They was forced into Islam. The way they was forced into that. And as time went on, they accepted. See, but the prophet, he knew all this. He knew what he was doing. That's why he set the stage that we were American born Muslim with an O on it instead of a U. Muslim and Muslim. Just set us apart. If you want to look at, you know, Muslim, they say about 9 years. Yeah, but no custom and tradition was not a lot of things. I know study hadith, but that's hearsay. Tom Arthur ain't saying all that stuff that's in them hadiths, but it sounds good. You see what I'm saying? So we have to be careful about a lot of hadiths in there. In other it's like the Bible. It tells a story about history. That's what it is, history about what the people tradition for. Therefore, warning them, this is what's going to happen to you. For those people in those days, that book was described what they think. This Holy Quran of the Moorish signs.
When you can talk to you,
I can hear you, I'm sorry. I'm talking.
Islam,
I pay attention.
Islam, I was thinking about question asked me to what is true. So then I was thinking about the verse in the Holy Quran where it says that the fault is not in truth. And I was saying that the fault is really not in Allah, but it's the weakness of man that bear not his guilt. We can't stand up to what Allah sometimes is trying to put on us. Well, Rod, here, I got it right. Rod, thank you. What told us, I thought something I would just can't circumscribe. But I can go on and say, we have to do this thing where we at right now. You know, you want to go to the plane of soul and you want to go to the spiritual plane. Well, wash your clothes, you know, and wash your body and eat a good diet, etc. And all that thing, you know, treat your woman good, etc. You know, so these are some of the things I believe that the MSTMA has teaching me. Thank you.
All right, so, anybody else, Brother Bruce Faye? Thank you, brother. Thank you, Brother Truefield, and thank you, Brother Bruce Faye. It's fine, Brother Martin.
Praise Allah and all to the Prophet, no duality. Y'all know I'm just no country boy, man. You know I got man, I know. I'm saying, hey, I'm saying when I was a child, we couldn't eat with the grown folks. You know, because of what they died was, you had to sit over the children. Stuff like that. Basically, the format of what I'm trying to get to, follow me with that. Like, I've been in the temple a long time too. You know, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. If you can get behind one of those principles, that alone probably get you into salvation. You will get your salvation. This thing here was for your earthly and divine salvation. I ain't equipped right now. I'm sick. I'm still sick. My name is Brother George. I'm still sick. I'm not prepared, you understand me, to read all the high deep and you know interpretations of it. No, I'm trying to be a good member and trying to study. I'm trying to study fine. I'm old. I'm trying to study. I'm trying to get it together here. And what we learn up in here, what I gotta take out there. I can dress up. I look real good amongst all of us who dressed up like this. Yeah? But what am I like when I'm out there? How am I applying it? How am I applying it in my home?
That's
I spoke of being a child. And I could have sat down behind this one here. I couldn't wait on the opportunity to have my own place. Because in my mother's house, she had a picture of John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King, and a European on the top. In my house, I got a picture of the Holy Prophet Noah Jr. and Marcus Garvey.
praise Allah. Praise Allah.
Until the utmost of my life, until my understanding, I tried to live according to the teachings. I know it, and my prophet brought to me as Islam.
Yeah, right.
And I practice Islamism to the fullest of my understanding. And I'm still going.
One thing about Allah has sent over 124,000 prophets, and they all taught Islam like they had said. Our forefathers are the founders of the truth and divine creed for the salvation of mankind on earth. And that creed was founded in the Garden of Eden long before Prophet Muhammad came upon the scene. So make no distinction about that. But remember, the prophet said, read carefully all the doctrines of the Moorish Science Temple of America. That means take out time and do some. Stop running the streets. Get off the telephone. Slow down and take out time for Prophet Noble to our people. Because if you stay on the straight path, you don't have to worry about the wrath. Because you where you supposed to be. It ain't until you step off that path that you got to worry about the chastisement. So you Moors are doing a good job following the prophet Noble Deuteronomy. Now this is what the Quran says. Page 45. But sometimes we don't know how to listen. To be in the Moorish Science Temple of America practicing this religion unmolested, we are truly blessed by the great power. Unmolested. We can come in and worship as we desire. There is no compulsion in Islam. Prophet Muhammad. You cannot force people to practice Islam. That's not Islam. If I had a wife and she was in the church, I would not make her come to Islam. That's not Islam. We will be in that house. She will be worshiping her Jesus, and I'll be worshiping my Allah. That's Islam. Whenever we take over the land of a people, we never make them submit to our religion. We allow them to worship as they believe. So the Quran said, page 56, and then I got you, brother Sunday. Page 56, chapter 14, verse 1. The fallen sons and daughters of the Asiatic nation of North America need to learn to love instead of hate, and to know of their higher self and lower self. Now read, because man know not by being taught. You listening to my voice, you should be reading. This is the uniting of the Holy Quran of Mecca. Get the book and let them read. For the teaching and instructing all Moorish Americans, etc. Those the words of the prophet. The prophet say this is the uniting of the Holy Quran of Mecca. for the teaching and instructing all Moorish Americans, etc. So when you go to the charter, and the charter is our authority, that's why I'm gonna let y'all see my teeth. Yeah, it says, because we family. Yeah, we family. Ain't nobody gonna talk about me,
No. Later on, later on.
You see that mouth rock, my bragging is a can of salt out. That, you know, let me see. Praise Allah. Allah bless me though. God give me some insurance on my new job, so I have some. Nah, he don't know insurance. He ain't let me go my insurance now. Yeah. What you say, because you know when you get sassy, people can get sassy back with you. So just be able to take it. Yeah, okay. Too bad. It said, and I hope I haven't offended. Okay. I hope, yeah, I got some people. It says, jurisdiction aforesaid by virtue of whose authority it exists, while acting in conformity with the laws, rules, and regulations of the home temple and the said subordinate temple aforesaid, being duly and lawfully organized, constituted and established, is hereby authorized and empowered to initiate and confer the degrees of said temple in accordance with the established forms and usage upon all such persons are duly and lawfully qualified to promote and practice the teachings of all the true and divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, etc. You got a right to follow all them prophets according to the charter. It's like the second place.
Y'all know German,
That's right. That's right. Right.
My grandmother said, "Close. You spent 6 months minding your own business, and the other 6 months staying out of the face. You'll be all right."
That's right, bro. That's right.
I'm just saying.
Praise God.
Praise
God.
God.
Islam, brother Collins, right?
Islam, Moors. Praise Allah indeed. Forgive my tardiness, but I was on Sunday school, national official, 71 DC. I would just like to say that, you know, something that came up Friday was that men put their trust in names, dates, and issues. And it would be, I think everybody in this room would be hard pressed to find any documents that define or describe or prescribe the religion that was in the Garden of Eden. I think everybody would be hard pressed to find describe documents of the religion of the so-called Native Americans and many other people. We have several religions that they do have documents for. These are probably we talk to teach. And I bring this up to say this. We go to the Moorish literature pamphlet and we go to page 20 in the Industrious Acts of the Muslims, Moorish leaders' historical message to America Prophet Noble Ali spoke about Mohammedanism, the Mohammedan religion, okay? Because that's what we refer to as Islam today. But if we would just take a simple look at what the Quran teaches us, it teaches us about being one with all of creation. It's about harmony. And this is that peace that you're talking about the word Islam means. You get peace from being in harmony with all of creation. So when you're talking to the unlearned or those who only put their trust in name, dates, and issues, you got to give them something that has a name and a date to it. Therefore, they say it was started at such and such time as the prophet said in here when the Mohammedan religion began. He put a date on it.
Was found.
Yeah, when it was found, he put that in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's for those who can only trust things that they can touch, haven't been elevated in education. But once you've been elevated on these principles, once you've been elevated on the essence of what we teach, time never was when man was not. You don't have to confine yourself to a certain period of time because your understanding has been elevated, and now you can relate to harmony. You can relate to unity, the first and foremost pillar of Islam. But in the unity of life, it tells you about being in unity with all the creation, the birds, the bees, everything. So we don't have to so much debate what that means or go back and forth about it. If we would just humble ourselves and accept what the prophet brought us. It don't have to have a name other than love. And a lie is love. And when you love all that was a lie created, you learn how to live in harmony with it. And therefore we can educate one another.
Thank you, Brother Collins, baby. Thank you, Brother Sanders, baby. Islam being true,
Koran. I talk about the you tell everybody you want to know about Islam. Islam is slow. That's what Islam is. That's slow. That's what it is. It's slow. So when you go in there with it, chapter 34, it says so wonderful is that it is Allah who instituted law for the government of the world. He wanted to bird them and all beings, and each by his nature. That means everybody is born except for man. But when it started out, man was doing it according to his nature. He was living according to that, in harmony, in peace with everything. Like you just say, you can't describe the Native American religion. They don't call it religion. You can't describe it. But I'm just saying, because they were according to nature. So it's close to their king. But I'm just saying, looking at nature, your true nature, what happened to man struck down when his spirit became foolish. And he enforced his will. He struck down the beast. That's against the law. The beast consumed the plant. You see what I'm saying? Plant died off the earth. The earth absorbed the poop. So this is where all this whole evolution came with it. You thought that man was fine. God, all this type of stuff. That's law. Religion is law. Look at that's how we got our lives.
Praise God. Islam, before we get out of here, I want to thank everybody for exercising their class. We ask to do something where Allah be pleased with us as Muslims as we attempt to please Him. There is no big I, little you in Islam. Islam is like the sky, room enough for all. So praise Allah for exercising your five systems. I hope no one got offended and everybody sees something to make them a man, a better woman, and a better child. Praise Allah. I'm opening the floor for anybody that haven't said nothing that would like to say something. That have not said. Islam, brothers, Anybody else? Islam, brother Heath, man. Thank you, brother Spencer, man. I agree with that. Praise the Lord. Islam, brother Heath, man.
Islam, more.
Islam.
Islam, more.
Islam.
Okay. Speaking about their religion, to get us a good European education, and you can use it. I'm not gonna get off into that. I'm just speaking about learning the definition of words and being able to apply it under certain situations that they should be in.
Yes, sir.
The dictionary tell us or give us a certain meaning to the word religion, and we can definitely use that. It's either real or her or real God. One of them means God, one of them means divine. Some people look at divine in an offensive manner, but if you go to the one where it's God, the prophet say, mended the broken wires and reconnected us back to the higher power. We was tied back into a higher power with the religion of Islamism, as well as talk about how that's in my opinion. That if you would just stick to, we did learn what religion meant. It was a definition, good word and definition. And Islam means peace. And if we just focus on what peace is rather than what peace is not, focus on what peace is rather than what peace is not. And if we just do that, I think it strengthens our homes, I think it strengthens the individual, and getting to I don't like this the book tells us that we got to save ourselves. That's what we try to do, save ourselves. And there's certain things that you can do to save yourself that don't involve yourself solely. When you give yourself to others, when you do for others, when you, like what Allah gave you, share with everybody. When you do those things, you save yourself, and you essence helping other people along the way.
That's right.
Because you're giving them a working example. You're giving them something. Men love to follow, not to lead. That's what it says. Give them something to follow.
Praise the Lord.
Peace.
How do you share about
Myself and your nurse. I don't know. Ain't that your faith? The phone sheets we want, you want to nine, it could be nine, but it's not yours.
Thank you, brother Heath. Anybody else have anything they would like to say that haven't said Islam, brother Smallwood, right? Grand Sheik, Study Group 75, Alton, Illinois. Islam, brother. Islam. Islam is our religion. And Islam teaches the study and practice of Islam, which is the religion of peace. So when we are, and you see the study and practice, that's why Moors are active. We are active because you have to see that Islamism teaches us how to live a peaceful way of life. And the only way you can do that is in tune and in harmony by serving Allah, strange education, here, overseas, and everything in creation, because we know that man is the spirit of Allah. You know, and these are the things that I use because I know if I was made in the image and after the likeness of Allah, that means I have the virtue, the quality, characteristics, and the ability of the great God Allah himself. And these virtues and principles all make up the very nature of Allah. So I have the ability to demonstrate that God is on this particular point of existence right now. And that's what I think we need to do. Because we all got things growing in our grasses. And we all, if we allow this carnal nature to dictate anything to us. Because man is not the party nor the fault. And here's the point of life. So, you know, all we got to do is raise our thoughts and wisdom and practice the things from. And I think that's what's created Thank you. Anybody? At this time, I'm turning the meeting over to the assistant attorney for the best.
Let's go.